Peace, what's going on, everybody? Just wanted to make a quick video just running down the energies that we're about to shift to in the next 2 hours. In the next 2 hours, we're going to have a moon in Capricorn. So if we want to, break down a summary of how the moon's been doing its energy through the past couple of days, the new moon started in Libra. So that's initiating new ways of being able to think. That's cardinal air, and that's Libra, ruled by Venus. So you want to have the dignities, as Ariel always talks about. You want to have the dignities in mind when you're thinking about the energy of the moon transiting through the different zodiac signs and the houses. But now we're just talking about the signs. So it was a full moon in Libra. So we had to start our emotional journey, or if you want to call this, like shopping. Like Uriel says, this is like going to the grocery store and, going to different stores and, shopping for different items for, when you need to feast, when the big feast comes. And that's the full moon, when you're full after the big feast. So anyway, we had the new moon in Libra, and at that time we had to work on our emotional reactions to how we balance things, to even being able to, not so much react on our intense, it is intense, but on our intents and on our willpower and our desires. We had to, really balance that. That's where the sign Libra comes into play anyway, because Mars is on the left-hand side. It's at work here in Libra. At that time, our Saturn energy was exalted, so whatever we were thinking of as far as our new ways of being able to think, we had a big structure. We had a good structure of how to initiate these new ways of being able to think and all that good shit. We had a structure in our head how to do that. And then as the moon moved into Scorpio, it was getting all the energy of how to handle its passions and its desires after moving out of Libra. But as far as the moon fallen in Scorpio, our emotions were very subconscious, and we had to be careful to not let these very, tensed build up emotions really surface out. That's where, we had to balance them through Libra, and then whatever energy was not balanced yet at the time, we had to make sure that it didn't surface. We didn't have to make sure. And this isn't, anything from a book or anything like that. This is literally just, my knowledge of the energies and the different energy signatures of the planets and the signs, and I'm just kind of just basing it off the way the energies interplay with each other. So as the moon moved out of Scorpio and transitioned into Sagittarius, now after balancing our emotions and making sure that our emotions aren't too destructive and reach the surface in a negative way to where it's aggressive, now with all that, combined, we're able to expand our emotions. Sagittarius is mutable fire, so our ways, being able to, adapt to people's ways of seeing things and to be able to see others' intuition and everything. And, Sagittarius is a very jovial sign. It's a very giddy sign. It's a very, up and going sign. Our emotions were very, jitty and everything like that. Very giddy. I meant to say our emotions were very jitty. That's a new word now. Excuse me. Our emotions were very giddy. We were very up and going. We wanted to go everywhere and everything. And this is just based on me. I've been trying to, really base my energy off astrology and metaphysics. That's my clock. You see what I'm saying? So, with that being said, with the moon moving into Sagittarius and everything like that, that's, like I said, our emotions are being able to expand. We're able to, adapt to everyone else's emotions and, being able to expound on our emotions and our reactions and be able to, adapt to everyone's vibrations and everything like that. And now, with this moon moving into Capricorn, now, and it's deep with the moon being in Capricorn or moving into Capricorn. The moon's going to go into Capricorn at around 2 o'clock. And once that happens, that energy is going to correspond with the Libra energy, because Saturn is exalted in Libra. And because Saturn is exalted in Libra, since Saturn is exalted in Libra, that, new moon energy that we were experiencing when it started in Libra, is going to correlate to this new moon energy as well, because it's going to be in a familiar location. The supplies that it needs to gather for itself for the upcoming full moon it'll know what to get. So this is a very familiar energy for when the new moon started, if you get what I'm trying to get at. So our emotions need to be structured at this time. We don't need to be reacting to everything in our environment. We need to be cool, calm, and collect. Our passions, and we have to make sure our passions are regulated and balanced, because Mars is exalted in Capricorn. So, we may want to work on everything at one time or something like that, but you have to remember, not Saturn, Mars is detriment in Libra. So it's at work here. So you have to make sure that you really don't tire yourself out, because you could tire yourself at work. And if you're at the place you've always wanted to be, you could tire yourself out as well. So you have to keep your desires and your passions balanced in this particular energy. Sorry if I'm talking too fast. That's the fucking Mercury in Aquarius right there. I got Mercury in Aquarius if I'm talking way too. That's just like Uriel with Mercury in Aries. Just that fire and that air. Air and fire can move at such a high, fast pace, as it swirls and dances through the air and everything like that. And that's just another video in and of itself. But anyway, getting way too ahead of myself. So anyway, you have that energy in set now. With the sun in Libra, our actions and our initiating new ways of being able to think and acting upon that, and initiating new ways, because Capricorn is initiating new ways to see practical things, to be able to build things. Capricorn is like the boulder coming off the mountain. That's like equivalent to the spark of a lighter if we're talking about cardinal fire with cardinal earth. It's like the boulder rolling down the mountain. But anyway, what was I going to say? With this Capricorn moon, our emotions, like I said, they need to be balanced and they need to be structured. We need to initiate a new way of structuring our emotions. Now, depending on what side of the world you're on, and as far as what position the sun's going to be by the time this energy is initiated, when this moon actually goes into Capricorn, and the moon's going to be going into Capricorn at around 2 o'clock. So if you want to calculate this for yourself, you can. As for me personally, the sun's going to be in the position to where the rising sign is going to be going into Aquarius. So the ascendant sign to my direct location and the angle that I'm at, it's going to be Aquarius rising. So that Aquarius rising energy, I'm going to have to apply that to the energy, because that's the initiating energy of when this Capricorn moon started. And this isn't a science that I got from anyone. This is something that I'm just kind of making up on the spot. Just, kind of collecting these energies and the way they work with each other and just trying to make some sort of system out of it. But anyway, for my person, and this is everyone's different, unique perspective as far as this particular way of going about it with adding the rising sign and the houses to this perspective and everything. But essentially, wherever your rising sign is at, like for me, it's going to be in Aquarius. So if it's in Aquarius, that means that I have to be able to apply innovative ways of being able to apply this energy. And Saturn rules Aquarius, so it's going to be, a lot easier for me to be able to go about this energy, since the moon is going to be in Capricorn, and Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn also rules Aquarius. But anyway, with that being said, applying that energy to it, I'm going to have to be inventive, and I'm going to have to be extra structured with structuring my emotions and not reacting to every damn thing that I'm around. And then also being able to initiate a new way of being able to think based upon that energy and being able to act upon that particular energy. And also my sun is going to be in the 9th house when this happens, and my moon is going to be in the 12th house when all this energy is occurring. So with that being said, Jupiter rules the 9th and the 12th house. So if I put all these energies into motion, being structured with my emotions, all of this applies to everyone. Now, like I said, depending on your house and your rising sign, that's going to be on you. But the sun and the moon energy, that can apply to everyone. Everyone's being affected by that right now. So my sun and my moon going to be affected by that Jupiterian energy and the Neptunian energy being able to be backed by that. So if I apply all this energy into the upcoming days, I'm going to be able to see fruitfulness. I'm going to be able to see expansion based upon that Jupiterian energy. And like I said, this was really just a video on top of the head, really just thinking about the moon going into Capricorn, and it's going to be going in around 2 o'clock, like I said. So if you resonated with this video, that's great. Take the information that I was able to put out and apply it to your own life and situation. And I promise, and I really hope and will, that it gets better for you. So y'all have a great rest of the day. Happy Sunday. Peace.